Hey everyone, so I have Darren Dreelan on the Adam Nolan show today. It's a pleasure to have him. Darren's one of my best friends. We've been playing music together for years, different projects. Amber and the Bear was one of them, and we played that. We played with them at Electric Picnic twice. Was it twice? Or no, it was just once. We were on the Trader Park, and yeah. Salty Dog stage. So yeah, thanks for coming, Darren.
Oh, no bother.
How are you getting on, man?
Good, yeah. Yeah, just working away, trying to get good at clarinet.
Okay. What kind of stuff are you practicing?
Loads of stuff from like 90s video games.
Okay, so, yeah.
I think that's kind of like my area.
You had that band in Friendos.
Yeah, we're playing in Arthur's actually next week? Or no, the week after, 17th.
Cool.
This month, I think. In Arthur's in Dublin.
And you play all video game music, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all Mario and Zelda, and Pokemon and stuff.
And in Friendos, this is the only Nintendo stuff you play?
No, it was just a funny name.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, I like it.
Cool. Okay. Well, I really want to go see that, and I was telling my roommate Chris that there's a band that plays all video game music, and you can go see them. And he was like, he sounded like he wouldn't be into jazz or anything really, but he just thought that was a really cool idea. So yeah, he might come see. Are you going to do one in Kilkenny?
We've not booked in Kilkenny at the moment, I don't think. But we played here a few times. We did Hole in the Wall and Pretty Burns.
Cool. Okay.
I think that's it in Kilkenny so far. But yeah, it's fun.
Cool, bro.
Yeah.
So what kind of, you're a composer as well then? That would you highlight yourself as a composer before performer, or performer before composer?
I think I've definitely done, I think I'm better composer than I am a performer.
Right, okay.
I've definitely done a lot more performance work than I have composition work.
Right, okay.
I've only done kind of bits and pieces with composition, like a play or really random stuff. I wrote music for a building. Do you remember the Parlour?
Parlour? Where was that?
Waterford. Do you remember the vintage tea rooms?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You wrote music for it?
3 tunes or something just about the Parlour for Sarah Jane. Just, I don't know, it was really random.
And were you using that music? Were they using that music in there then or something?
Yeah, I think they were playing it in. They had this kind of. So when you walked in, there was the big room in the front, and then there was a bar on the right, and then to the left was this smaller cafe.
Yeah.
They used to play it in there sometimes, or for events. There was one about the door, and one about lunchtime.
That place isn't open anymore, is it?
No, it's gone now. It's gone.
I remember gigging there. It was really nice. The part of vintage tea rooms in Waterford.
Yeah, we used to play in there every Friday.
Really?
Yeah, for a while anyway.
Yeah.
I loved it there.
No, I thought it was cool as well.
Yeah, it was great.
It was worth doing. We did jazz standards and stuff. This is before I was playing free stuff.
Yeah.
When I was back playing stuff like Have You Met Miss Jones and shit like that.
Yeah.
I love that tune. So what?
It's a Michael Bublé.
Did he ever do a version of that?
I have no clue.
Oh, he probably did.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool. It's a good venue. I wish it was open again because it had a real jazz vibe about it.
Yeah, it was really kind of 30s, 40s kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It was all swing and kind of flapper kind of vibe. Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, I missed there's not really anything like the Parlour, I don't think, unless I'm missing out on something.
Yeah.
But there's not really anything like that anymore where you can just go and have that kind of setting for just a nice
Jordan's would be close to us, but
are you pulling on that?
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything.
Okay. It had a nice taste though.
Okay. Yeah, it needs a battery.
Oh right, okay.
Wait, do you want?
Yeah, I'd love to try it.
Do you want some of this? Yeah, it needs this thing.
Lost Mary, it's heavy.
Yeah, that's that's the battery, and then.
All right, okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
Nice. Yeah, yum.
Yeah, I like that. It's like little fizzy drinks.
Yeah.
For your throat. Yeah,
Yum-yums.
Yeah.
And it's smoke. Yum yums.
Yum yums and smoke, exactly, yeah.
Do you like that word, yum yums?
Dead right by it.
Does that make you laugh? Yum
Everything
yums.
makes me laugh.
Yeah, it
that's
does.
the problem. Nobody takes me seriously.
That's because you don't take anything seriously.
I don't want to, though. It's just easier.
Darren's a very creative composer and artist, and seeing his journey, like the other day we were talking about when he started clarinet, and this was just maybe 5 months before he got the audition to do college.
Yeah, I think it was something like, because I started like over the summer between 5th and 6th year.
Right.
And then the audition was in April.
Fucking
I
hell.
think.
You wouldn't get it in another country, would you?
Well, you wouldn't get it in another college, like, no offense.
Yeah.
Like, we all went there, we can say it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's like I was saying to you the other day, like, I was really confused. There was people, like, I'm not going to obviously name names, but there was people in there that I was kind of like, I didn't really understand at the time why they were there, because I was like to me, I was like, well, I'm like a stupid little baby when it comes to music, so I need to learn absolutely everything as fast as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So it makes total sense for me to be here.
Yeah.
And then there was other people that had been playing and doing periods since they were like 5 or 6, and like now, obviously, I understand, like, you get your degree, you can go and do other things, you can do, like, there's loads to get out of it. But at the time, to me, it was just about, like, getting good. So I was like, you're already good, why are you here? Like,
Yeah.
I was really kind of confused about the whole process.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I thought I was going to go in and it would be all people like me, like, just kind of brand new.
Yeah.
And I was kind of the only person like that. And I found it really, I was like, huh? I was like, why are you here?
I think the army used to.
You know, I was very confused.
I think the army used to do that years ago. They train you in the army to be a musician.
Oh.
Now, like, I think I could be wrong, could be completely wrong, but as far as I know, like, now you have to have like grade 8 before you do the army.
I don't know.
Okay. But you just ruined it.
I haven't a clue about the army band.
Yeah. Well, I was.
That's of no interest.
My parents wanted me to go to the army band, but I refused many times.
A load of people told me to do it. I was like, no.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Like,
I was like,
no, it's
tell
cool
me
for
what to do.
musicians that are able to do it, but I wouldn't be able to do it.
I'm too much of a little bollocks to be doing it with the army.
I'm too free, like,
Yeah.
to do it. And
I just
the
became
tunes
good.
I wouldn't be into. They'd be doing fucking.
That's the Ground Force theme song. Do you remember that?
No.
That was on my grade 3, I think.
Fucking hell.
It was a BBC thing. But it's like a little march. It's
Yeah.
about doing up people's back gardens. No.
I'm looking forward to going back to college. I decided to do a master's degree back in WAT. This is where me and Darren both studied, like, in Waterford. It's called SETU now, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does that stand for? You know?
Southeastern Technological University.
Oh, okay, right.
So it's like Waterford and Carlow together were able to become a university.
Oh, really?
As opposed to being an IT.
Right.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not really an authority on these kind of things.
Yeah.
I find, I don't really pay that much attention. I just hear something and go, okay. Like a lot of the time, to be honest.
Such a good contributor to society, Darren.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's fine.
You should be president.
Yeah, I just think everything would be easier. But like, leave alone. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is great.
This is great, yeah. Well, like all Adam Nolan shows, it's all done off the cuff, like, and
chaos.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like trying to find that joy in the chaos.
Yeah. No more fucking fear.
No more fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that recently in the Pump House, and it was fucking awesome. People loved it. One guy started shouting to me after, "No more fear!"
Do you remember the gig in Waterford you did a while ago? And there was a lad in the back corner, and you were like, "Who's that back there? I can't see." And he just went, "I'm bald."
No.
Do you remember?
Was that in the market there?
Yeah.
Why did he say that?
I don't know what the fuck he was on about.
I'm
I
bald.
thought it was so funny.
That is funny.
Who are you? I'm bald. I was like, fair play to him. He's an all.
Yeah, that was a cool gig. It was cool to play with Sean Carey and Eddie Blake as well.
Yeah, love.
Both of them I met in first year of college. Sean, a bass player, Eddie, a drummer. And they're still busy doing different things at the moment. So what are your plans for the foreseeable future?
I'm after applying to a master's in Cork.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear back about it now, but I applied for it in fourth year when I was like 23 or 24 or whatever.
Right.
And I got in, and then I just ended up kind of being a bit mad for a few years instead of going to do my master's.
Right, so you went crazy.
Yeah. So I'm kind of back thinking about that kind of stuff now, you know.
Yeah. We're kind of the age to do it now. We're going in our 30s.
Yeah, you know, I'm not really... It doesn't seem as... Like, I think I put it off for it just because I was really afraid of it for some reason. Whereas now, it just kind of seems like the logical thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm assuming now, obviously, I get it.
Right, so are you doing the Masters in Education?
No, composition.
Oh, really? Cool, man.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know, it just makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, to be, like, the idea... I feel like it's very practical to do a master's in education, but I also feel like I probably wouldn't finish it.
Right.
I'd probably get halfway through and be like, fuck this.
Yeah, that's
you know
it. I wasn't able to do the master's in education either. I don't want to be a teacher, like.
No. Well, I am a teacher.
Dan Ryan, actually, great guitar player that I play with, he's actually a teacher, and he loves it, you know, so...
Yeah.
It suits certain people, but for me personally, I wasn't able to do it. So I'd rather be a lecturer than a teacher, so I'm going to go for the PhD. Are you going to go for that as well?
Oh my god.
No, really.
Fuck that.
Okay.
No, that's not for me.
Right. So what do you think you're going to get out of the Masters?
I think I'm looking mostly for like resources and to kind of get to know people and like
more networking,
like more professional.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment I'm just kind of writing stuff and throwing it up, and it's like there's no kind of rhyme or reason to it. It's just like I wrote this because whatever, and up it goes, and I might share it once.
Do you have a Bandcamp?
No, I put everything up on SoundCloud and then stuff up on YouTube as well. Sometimes.
Okay, you should get up a Bandcamp though, because people can pay for it then.
Yeah. See, I feel like I have a weird, like, mental block with that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Which is another reason why
it's a nuisance.
I don't know what it is. It's just something that I just kind of, it never really. It's like I'll actually push it away. I'm like, oh no! You know, I like reject the idea of it, which is bad if I want to be a composer and a musician and everything. You know? So that's another reason. Like when I think back to when I was in college the first time, and I was surrounded by other musicians, and I was in that learning environment, and I had structure, and I was gigging with loads of different bands and doing loads of different festivals and all over the country, and then. The few years after that, I kind of just went off the rails and like lost direction and stopped booking things and stopped looking for things, and then got confused when I didn't have anything. You know, Is there anything you'd like to share about that losing your mind experience? Don't do it.
Don't lose your mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah. Were you smoking too much drugs or something, or were you just depressed?
Yeah, both.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was over the lockdown, especially as well.
Okay.
I was like, well, sure,
stressful time for everyone.
I was like, there's nothing to do except fucking get stoned to be depressed.
Yeah.
You know, whereas now, obviously, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do the Masters and, you know, kind of start having a career again. Because, it's really easy. I feel I got real burnt out from doing, like, I was gigging all over the country and I was doing loads of different kinds of gigs. Like, I was doing orchestra stuff, and I was doing like wedding bands and original bands, and I was in college, and I was like dipping in and out of these random jobs every couple of months. And like I was just all over the place.
Freelance kind of.
Yeah, it was just I was just mad. Like, I remember at one point, like, working in a shop in Waterford and teaching in school in Dublin and teaching in school in Waterford and teaching in school in Kilkenny and doing gigs and whatever. And, like, it was just stupid. Do you know what I mean? Because I was, like, it was so, like, having to do all that travelling and having to, like, feed myself and having to stay over here or there sometimes. It was, like, it was costing me so much to live that way that the amount of work I was doing, I basically wasn't getting in and out. Do you know what I mean? So I think I just kind of burnt out after all that.
Yeah.
And then the lockdown happened. So it was just like, I remember when it first happened and like everyone was like, oh, the schools are closed for like a week or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is like the break I need. And then about 6 months later, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh no. I was like, it's taking a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I went so like morbid and like and just like low energy and over the lockdown and everything that like, and then it took me ages to recover from that. That now I'm like, literally nothing matters at all, like in the best way. And, like,
that's a good way of looking at things.
Like I'm like, I just don't give a fuck anymore.
Like, you don't. You definitely seem to become. What I noticed in you is you seem to become more an observer of life than someone that engages with the chaos.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck that now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You have a funny attitude now. Like,
it's got not to suit me anymore. Do you know, I not put myself through that through that fucking shite.
Yeah.
Do you know, because it's just stupid, really. Like I remember thinking everything was so important. I'm like, oh my God, if I don't go there when I said I would, and if I don't, and now I'm like, sure, fuck it, like.
Yeah, but you don't.
I either do or don't want it.
Did you record? Did you record anything with Amber in the Bear?
Yeah, we did an album. It was actually really funny because we hadn't done any gigs or anything in ages, and we'd been talking about, like, we were all talking about, oh, we should do something, and we should try and book a load of stuff, and we should write a load of stuff, and whatever. And then Connor Cuff, the trombone player, a very good friend of mine from Amber and the Bear, he had this whole concept for like a Peter and the Wolf kind of thing. So he got somebody he knew from Dublin to like write this story that somebody would narrate. It was a girl called Nolan narrated for us. We did it in English and in Irish, and it was like...
Did you play the backing music then?
It was kind of like one then the other.
Okay, cool.
So Nuala would go,
she would tell the story.
Amber came across a bear, and the bear was wearing this, and this happened and that happened, and then we would play the bear, do you know?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But it was, the thing that I always thought was really funny about it was we hadn't done anything in ages, and then we kind of didn't really promote the album at all. And then it was like maybe a couple of days before the album, it was like, ooh, look, everybody look at us, look right now. And then the album dropped, and a load of people just kind of hadn't a clue. And then we didn't really promote it after that either.
Yeah.
And then we did like maybe 2 or 3 gigs, I think, after
you have that music
and
up?
Then yeah, it's all on SoundCloud and
really?
YouTube. And,
yeah. We'll have a listen to that afterwards. What's the name of it for the camera?
It's just Amber and the Bear.
Okay, and it's on SoundCloud. Darren Dreelan's SoundCloud.
No, well, I think I have it reposted, but there's an Amber and the Bear SoundCloud as well.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice one.
But I think that's the only thing we have up. We might have, because I think there's actually, because of course there would be, because it's Amber and the Bear. I think there's 2 different Amber and the Bear SoundCloud accounts.
Right, okay.
And one that we used to use where we had loads of live recordings, and we
that's cool, yeah.
We had,
because I thought you were really good live. I actually really liked playing with you.
I loved Amber and the Bear. It was just so, like, towards the end it got so complicated, because like everyone was living all over the place, and we were all in college, and people had jobs, and like there might be 2 of us in Dublin, 2 of us in Cork, and me in Waterford or Kilkenny, and then we might be bringing 5 extra people with us. Do you know what I mean? So there could be like 10 or 11 people. And then we'd be trying to, like, I'd be trying to get everyone together to make sure that everyone arrived in fucking Monaghan or whatever at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like 21 years old, and I just, the whole thing was so confusing and chaotic.
Yeah.
But
so did you
I loved it, though.
Did you end up just leaving the band then, or did it just pause?
Yeah, it just kind of, like, we've all kind of brought up recently, like, about doing something again, maybe kind of bringing it back, or trying to get like at least one gig or something, kind of, even if it was like just for old time's sake kind of a thing. But it's just like the logistics are just unbelievable. Like Ben is in Switzerland, Christian's in Berlin, like Connor's in Carlo actually. I've got to say Connor's somewhere but he's in Carlo. So
I just loved
but even at that, do you know what I mean?
At the time, I feel like that music influenced my music, if I'm being honest.
Well, it was just all energy.
Yeah,
like we were all just running off pure energy.
Pure young lad energy.
Yeah, literally.
And I don't have that anymore. I wish I did at times, but I realised a lot of it was anger and frustration. And I was talking to certain people about this recently, and how you develop as a human as well as a musician, and to try and keep both balanced it can be difficult, you know. I used to have this drive and this fire, and when I would do the recording session, we would all be driven, high energy, Amber and the Bear-esque. But now, like, I just want to play nice things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't... Like, sometimes I'll go avant-garde and do mad shit as well, like, but I want to just float with music now.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've gotten so into... Like, I feel like the older I get, the more I get into like, ballads.
Yeah.
It used to be all real loud, mad swing tunes, or, like, we'd be doing, like, fucking, like, disco shit with Amber and the Bear.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just anything that was, like... Anything that was either really loud or had that kind of, just any kind of really forceful, like, beat behind it.
Yeah.
And then, like, I feel like that was the only thing I did for so long.
Yeah.
But then when I started playing, like, at the sessions with, like, the Kalimbas and stuff. And I was like, because I never really went to trad sessions or anything like that growing up. So, like, the Kalimba sessions in Tully's and in Keith Kieran's and stuff were kind of like, that was like my introduction to sessions, like, in general.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because, like, the jazz sessions obviously we had in college, but it's still, like, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like literally anyone can get up and do something.
Yeah.
Like, the jazz sessions, it's like,
play
you have
these
to
fucking standards.
You know, you have to be able to do something, kind of.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it was so... Because I was taking it... I was in college... Like, in college I was taking it so seriously. I was like, oh, if I'm not doing jazz, I'm, like, shitty. So, maybe I should just stop practicing classical stuff altogether and, like, just learn fucking Charlie Parker or whatever. Which I never liked learning. Like, I don't have a problem with Charlie Parker, but I never liked learning that kind of stuff.
It's hard.
In general.
Bebop is a fucking hard game.
Yeah,
like,
it's just...
You know?
And, like,
you have to have it so right.
Well.
It's like baroque music.
Yeah, like, I just felt like, coming from where I was coming from, as a clarinet player, where I was like, I had only just discovered Ella Fitzgerald and Artie Shaw, and before that I was playing, like, fucking Mozart and shit.
Right, okay.
So then, coming in and discovering very surface level jazz people, like the most well-known people that I was only just hearing about after getting to college.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Like, my mind was so blown.
For me, like, someone I never heard of when I wasn't in college was Brian Blade. It was only when I got into college, Brian Blade and Joshua Redman were mentioned, and I was like, fuck, these are real cool cats, like, you know. And they were listenable as well, you know. See, it wasn't like an academic struggle to listen to them. It was cool. It was like the cool thing in college to listen to Brian Blade or Joshua Redman, Jazz Crimes, all that shit, like.
Jazz Crimes.
Yeah, fucking hell, what a head.
Stop. I remember doing it with Darren Brazel for his performance.
Did you? Did you play the melody?
Stop by. It was the hardest thing.
It's a hard melody.
I was like, I'll never, ever play this again, ever, as long as I live.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I remember Darryl had the sheet music for me and everything.
Yeah.
And when he showed it to me, I was like, I don't even know how to count this. Like, I was so bewildered.
Yeah, it's hard.
It was hard.
I have
this problem where when I get real off with the rhythm, in my head I just start to hear it's like every note is just filled in.
Yeah.
Like, I get real
Yeah,
I don't know,
you get caught.
I don't know how to. Yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
get caught up somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's almost like I'm stuttering when I'm
Yeah,
counting.
yeah.
And then I'm like,
I hate
fuck,
going out of
now
time.
I have
It's so
no
annoying
idea
when
where I am.
I played that tune at gigs as well, and I used to always fuck it up, like make a bollocks of it, like.
Yeah, it's so tough.
What was that? Hide and seek. I used to love that one.
I don't know.
Do that do 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 little do 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 do. Do you not know that one?
No.
It's a cool tune. I love the start of it. But I haven't played the Joshua Redmond tune in fucking
I think
yonks.
that's the only Joshua Redmond tune I've ever played.
Really?
I think.
Yeah.
What was that album, Elastic?
Elastic, yeah.
Oh, was it just Elastic?
There was Momentum as well.
I don't know that one now.
That was cool. I think I preferred Momentum. It was more modern.
Yeah.
They were both modern, but Momentum had like the title, a drive to it, like, you know, a different drive.
Yeah.
So what do you plan on doing now after your masters in composition in Cork?
Well, I'm teaching at the moment, and I think I'm only doing a little bit right now.
Yeah.
I'm only starting back teaching, but I think I like teaching, but in like a certain capacity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I like doing instrumental lessons and theory lessons, and like I like doing I like doing lessons the way they would be done in a music school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't see myself as a secondary school teacher. Because,
Yeah.
like, I get real, like, if I'm too structured for too long, I get real, like, antsy about it. I'm like, oh no, I have to, like, fuck it up somehow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I can't have Monday to Friday every day for 6 months, because like something will click in my brain one day and I'll go, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'll just kick off.
You
one day.
you like the spontaneousness of work. That's the thing with being a musician. You have to kind of embrace being spontaneous, because you just get a call to do a fucking gig, or this happens, or last second calls and all this shit, like, you know, and it's not like a 9 to 5 where everything is set and structured, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I think like free music, like free jazz and stuff, is closer to real life than, like, let's say a standard would be, because a standard is structured. Yeah. And I get it, for people that are more structured, a standard is more attractive. But I think for my life, just the way things change and the way you develop and grow, free jazz and improvised music seems to be a way of kind of mirroring reality. Now, it doesn't have to be chaotic free jazz either, like, you know, there is free jazz that's just diatonic and lovely. Yeah. So it depends which way you're looking at it and which way you're playing.
Yeah.
So would you like to be known as a composer then? Darren Dreelan. Yeah. Like Sir Darren Dreelan.
Yeah, Sir Elton John.
Yeah.
No, I think, like, I feel like I have a very niche thing, kind of lane, I suppose, as a composer, where it's very much, I find it hard to explain to people sometimes, kind of where it is that I'm actually coming from. Because I think people, like, I would love to write music for video games. Yeah. And, like, some of what I do now is supposed to be that kind of stuff. Yeah. You know? But a lot of what I do now is more like, or a lot of what I've always done is more so like program music. Okay. But the concept will be something from a game. Yeah, you know? Yeah. So it's like the influences are there. But it's like, a lot of the time, like, I'll be showing stuff to people and I think they get really caught on the game thing, and they kind of think like, oh, I don't really get it, like, I couldn't see that in a game almost. But I'm like, no, it's not, like, this isn't supposed to be that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, this is supposed to be like something, like, think of the way like Grieg wrote, do you know what I mean, in the Hall of the Mountain King and all that kind of shit. Grieg, like, yeah. I don't know who Grieg is. Oh, you know, like, in the Hall of the Mountain King. I have no idea what you're on about. Okay, yeah. That's the guy who composed that. Yeah. Right. So he, like, yeah, if you take that for example, like, that's like a made-up thing.
Yeah.
It's like a story, like the Mountain King, whatever. I don't know the story. I'm assuming it's from some kind of story, either like a fairy tale or something that he made up himself.
Right.
You know?
So you like using stories to kind of compose?
Yeah, like
That's cool.
I did a thing a while ago where I wrote a piece like about every location of Final Fantasy X.
Right.
But instead of, it was kind of like part describing what everything looked like and like the atmosphere and everything, but for the most part it's like it's like what the music is supposed to be, what I feel if I was the main character right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As opposed to being like, oh, it's like a 30-second loop that I use as a battle theme that you can hear it 15 times in 2 minutes and not be bored of it.
Yeah,
it's more so, here's like 7 minutes of how scary I think it would be to be fighting the big woman made of snakes.
It's cool.
You know, like very
it's interesting
like that.
Because there's already music to it.
Yeah.
But you're just reinventing it, kind of. But you're not basing it off that music.
No.
You're just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
That's cool, like.
Yeah, it's just taking the same concept, basically, and just doing something different.
I remember there was this, when we were in college, there was these fights you'd see online, mostly with travellers. And they were all online, like they put up the videos online. So what we did one day is we put on classical music in the background and turned down the screen while the two travellers playing the heads off each other, and we had this lovely classical music playing, and it was just, I remember I nearly died. It was just one of the funniest things it was so funny, man. It was me,
oh my
Emmett,
God.
Conifrey, and James Doran, and the three of us were just laughing our heads. It was so funny. Oh yeah, what the hell, like, what a gas.
No, the best one has to be the pie.
The pie, yeah.
There was a smacked
the pie, threw a pie off the wall,
and then Emmett's face at the end is fucking so funny.
Oh, it's so weird.
And what was the other one? Dad's shed.
Oh yeah.
He's like, don't talk about it.
Yeah. So fucked up, like.
Fuck's sake.
I have to ask Emmett, are those things still online? I'll ring him after this.
I think so. Emmett Nolan is the YouTube page.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think they're still there.
Wow.
Yeah, because me and Kira went looking for them a while ago, and I'm pretty sure we found them.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Emmett Nolan.
Yeah. I remember Killian showing me the pie, and I said, "Is that you playing piano?" And he said, "Why would that be me playing piano?"
Who's? Oh,
I was like, I don't know.
Was there just backing music in it?
Yeah, it's this like, what's the word? It's just like Charlie Chaplin kind of, I don't know, this like silent film kind of music in the back.
Emmett Nolan, the pie. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, check
that
out.
was in the house with arse grease.
Yeah.
You called him arse grease, and everyone else called him princess. I know some people.
Oh, the cat.
Some people called it Emmett's dad. Do you remember?
Fuck's sake.
9 years ago.
The stave counter.
It's so dumb. Do you remember when you broke that table?
Yeah.
That was so fun. This is... It's so hard. Just bang. Oh, Jesus
so
Christ.
Stupid.
It's so funny. Sure, you were like, what, 21, 22?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh, God. The peach.
The peach? I don't think I know the peach.
He comes in crutches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the one where it's at the end it says Dad's shed. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking, what happened, Jack?
Great.
The way it fades out as well.
No, the noise he makes now.
How
about that? That is so funny.
Fuck's sake.
How was that? Like 4 kilos.
Yeah, it was only 2 videos. The pie in the
Jesus
shed.
Christ.
Or the pie in the peach.
The pie and the peach.
Oh! The way he does that laugh is so funny.
Do you remember him doing Team Spirit? Do you remember that?
Maybe.
Was it Sean recording?
Oh yeah, it was
And
so
at
low.
the end, you hear him going, "Ha ha, fair shit, boy."
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck's sake.
So
College
funny.
was laugh, yeah.
it was so funny going to college, like doing the music course in WIT was so. It was just like a free, it was like get out of jail free card.
Right.
like
yeah.
and like you could just do anything and nobody would bat an eye because they'd
Yeah,
make sure
yeah.
it's the music students.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
God.
God.
No.
I would like to talk about Jesus
I would like
Christ.
to talk about Jesus Christ today. No, never. Don't ever talk to me about Jesus.
Oh God. Okay. There will be no talking about Jesus to Darren ever. He said it on live TV.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah. So thanks for coming, man. Thanks for
God.
coming on the
Yeah,
show.
that was
It's been
really funny.
yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
You know, we've
Yeah,
definitely,
that was fun.
yeah, it was worth doing.
Yeah.
It was worth doing. So check out Darren on
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Darren Dreelan. Check out his SoundCloud, Darren Dreelan.
It's actually Duden on SoundCloud. Don't ask me why.
It's called what?
Duden.
Dude in.
Duden. Doodin.
Dudin.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Dudin
Yes.
on SoundCloud. Doo-doo.
Duden.
Okay.
I like the way you say it.
Dudin. Dudin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Thank you. What was that? Thank you so much.
Oh, Jesus. Get him out of here.
Oh, that was brilliant.